sometimes we mix it up. The first name, some people, somebody like me, I use 3 names. Okay, then for somebody like Dr. Adewale, you can see his information there. He only uses 2 names, which is Kayode Adewale. For me, my first given and middle name is Khadijat Adedayo. So because doctor uses just 2 names, so that's why it's only Kayode there. For me, I make use of Adedokun Khadijat Adedayo. So Adedokun is my surname. Khadijat is my first name, and my middle name is Adedayo. So that first name there, which is first given and middle name. If you are using 3 names, then it will be your middle name, your first name and your middle name. Okay, please let's not mix it up, because the information we supply here has to correlate with what we have on all our documents that we are going to submit. Our international passports, our documents. Okay. So please, let's be very careful. The names, the information they have to tally. Country of citizenship, country of legal residence, citizen or town of birth, and all of that. We're going to fill that correctly. And please, I hope we also know that the deadlines vary for each of the countries. Okay, let's be sure that the deadline for our country, we know it. It's on the website. Okay, when you click on the link that is put in the chat box, be sure that that deadline is for Nigeria. Okay, then country of birth. Doctor, can we move on, please? Your date of birth as listed on your passport or other photo identification. So please, like I stated earlier, let us be very sure that all our information are the same. All the given information on this form is exactly the same with the one that is on our ID, especially our international passports. Okay, because any disparities, any differences may cost us that application. So please, we want to be very careful. We want to fill this as careful as possible, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We don't want to mess it up carelessly. Okay, so please enter your date of birth as listed on your passport or other photo identification, but preferably, since it's going to require travel, the one on your passport is way better. Okay, that's my advice. So then the sex, then please indicate the number of years you will have been teaching as a certified food teacher, not including student practicums, by the time the program starts in January or September. So please, like I said from the beginning, let's be as sincere as we can. Let's not forge what is not true. You know that the United States government, we can't bypass. So if they get a ring that we have said something that is not actually true, it might cost us this opportunity. So please indicate the number of years you would have been teaching before the program starts. And they said it specifically that we should not include our teaching practice. That's the one that the students practicums. Okay, please, as we fill this form, we want to be as sincere as possible. Can we move on, sir? Doctor, sir.
Okay. That's all.
Yes, sir. That's all for general information. Then contact information now. So for the contact information is just how you will be reached. Please, it is very, very important that, like I've been saying, it is very important that we fill this properly. So imagine that at the end of the day, you're selected, and then we now fill an email that doesn't belong to us, or when we were typing the email, we were not careful enough. So we typed the wrong email. So now, if your application is being selected, how do you get the mail that you have been selected? So the filling our information carefully and properly is highly recommended. Okay. Doctor, can you go a little bit? So the mobile telephone number, that is your primary phone number, your email address, your alternate email address. Please, let's make sure that these things are properly filled. Any mistake in the field might cost us. Okay, and the scholarship is a highly competitive one. Okay, so we want to increase our chances. We want to increase our chances of being selected. So we'll fill the email address, the primary one that we would easily get information in, and let's make sure we are checking our spam and our inbox. If possible, the social. Let's ensure that we check all the inboxes regularly. Okay, so the apartments, our city, state, then the country. Okay, then the school physical address. That is the address of the school where we teach. Can you go on, Dr. The name of school, that's where we are currently teaching. Doctor, can you?
Okay.
The city or town of the school, the state of the school, and the country where you are teaching. All right. So I think that is all on the contact information, the general information, and our own information. Okay. So please, when we fill the form, like I've been saying, I will just round it up by saying that we should try to fill it as carefully and as sincerely as possible. Let's be very sincere. Okay, there are other areas of the forms where you'll be asked for the number of hours that we teach in the week. Let's not overdo it, and let's not reduce it. We just have to be sincere, and then we do our best, and then we leave the rest unto God. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much for that insightful and eye-opening session. Thank you for all that you have shared this evening. So, to really help, we don't want to, we brought in people that applied last year, those that applied most recently, so that at least you can hear from them, because, as time goes by, a lot of things will change. And that's why we are bringing in our latest alumni to speak to you, so that you know that, okay, all these things are achievable. That even no matter the competition now, no matter the CS, you can still get in. So, please, Dr. Kawade, Chisom is trying to come in. Is that session that is next? Thank you, Khadijat, for your time.
All right, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
We don't have anyone in waiting. All are in now. Please, Ms. Adiola,
Okay,
please
so,
announce.
just a minute.
Okay.
Are you saying something? Go ahead.
Yes, please check your WhatsApp.
Okay, so while we are waiting for the next speaker, I don't know if anybody has any question for Khadijat. So while we are waiting for the next speaker, before we move on,
I'm here.
do we have any question on this? Okay, Chisom, are you in now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So we can continue. Let's continue. We can still keep our question. So let's just keep noting questions. Thank you. So please, over to you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Chisom Chiyo. I'm a teacher. Please, can we all mute our mics? I'm a biology teacher. I teach at a public school in Enugu State, and I'm a Fulbright 2023 alumni. I traveled to Appalachian State University, North Carolina. So I will be taking some few sections. This is about teaching. So yes, what is your current primary teaching assignment? So now this has to do with the subject you are currently teaching, and it mostly tallies with what you read in your undergraduate. Probably like as a biology teacher, I read biology education and I teach biology. So now my primary
there's no way you gather those people back again. So we need a WhatsApp group where they can all come in, so that
so if you are teaching chemistry, biology,
we can actually put the next group
science,
once a time.
then mathematics, everyone knows about mathematics. Then English, if you teach English, you take the first option.
No, the next thing is that
then you have foreign languages.
or you create
These
another
are for those
one.
that teach French, German, Spanish, and the rest of the languages. Then
Then
social studies.
something
So
I
this one
don't plan
could be
before.
broad. If you teach social studies, civic education, economics, government, I think all other subjects like should go in here. The special education is for people with special needs. Okay, then the next question is what other discipline do you teach other than your primary area? So you can teach as much that
that's the reason why I will leave you, but I will not mean in
I teach science, but I could also be teaching mathematics. Then in this area now, I'll take mathematics and leave out science, since I've already marked science in the primary teaching assignment. I don't know if I'm making sense. All right. Hello. Hello. Okay. So, Mr. Kayode,
we can hear you.
Okay, can you move to the next slide? I think I'm done with this. Have an area that asks the school details about your school. I'm just going ahead without Mr. Kyle because of time. So here you have, is your school in an urban, suburban? Okay, I think he's back. Hello? Yes, this is the place. So is your school in an urban, suburban, or rural area? So now if your school is located in like a city, let's say the heart of Abuja, the Bay, and the rest of them, so it's definitely going to be in the urban area. Then suburban, okay, before I talk about suburban, let me talk about rural. Rural area is like the villages that is like less developed, so you can take that. Like me, I teach in a rural school. Then suburban is like semi-urban, semi-rural, not so developed yet, not so underdeveloped. Then the next question, is your school government run, private, or funded in any other way? So I teach in a government school, so we all know what a government school is. If your school is a government school, you take government. If it's a private school that is owned by an individual, you take private. Then if it's run by other means, let's say mission, let's say non-governmental, just any other special cases, you can go for that. Then is it a primary or a secondary school? So you tick. This is quite self-explanatory. If it's primary, you tick primary. If it's secondary, you tick secondary. If it's both, you go for both. Then the next one, are you a primary or secondary school teacher? You tick as it applies to you. Then what is the number of students at your school? So this requires like doing a census of the number of students in your school. You could get class registers from each one teacher. They can go straight to your principal. They can just put an estimate, a very close estimate. If it's 700 and for a small school, if it's 10,000 and something, you just put it in. Then what is total number of full-time teachers at your school? Just put that down. If you have 17 full-time teachers, you write it down. And if you have the next question, let's say 5 part-time teachers, you put it down, just number. Kayode, Mr. Kayode, I'm done with this slide. So the next one is what grade level do you teach? So now, when you get to this question, there are also ages in bracket beside each grade level, which will guide you. Because we all know that Nigerian education system, we don't usually do grades. But to make it easy for
Where are you here? Where are you here, man? Hello, man. Where are you? Hello.
Yeah. Sir.
Where are you, madam? Where are you here?
Sir.
Please, Jessica, please mute your mic, oh, please, oh. Madam, please, where are you here?
Hello, Chisom, are you there? I don't think she's online. Hello, Chisom. Probably she's having network issue. She just left now. I think she's having.
what happened.
Her network is unstable. Okay, I think she's back.
I kept talking. I didn't know I've left.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, so where was I? I lost you guys at some point.
You're still at school information. The grade, you're trying to explain the grade levels.
Okay, the grade levels. Okay, thank you so much, Uchenna. So in this grade level section, you have first grade to 12th grades. So you have ages by the side to assist you know which grade they're talking about. So in Nigeria, we all know that primary 1 is usually from age 6 to 7. So that first grade is actually primary 1. So you read it down to primary 6, which stops at 6th grade. Then 7th grade is JS1. Then the 12th grade is SS3. Now, you are asked what grade level do you teach. Now, you are supposed to pick the number of grade level you take. If you teach SS1, SS2, SS3 like me, you have to take grade 10, 11, 12. If you teach junior secondary also, you keep ticking. Then moving down. Hello.
Can hear you, please go.
Okay. Then you have what is the average number of students in each class you teach. So here you add all the numbers of students in all the classes you teach, you sum their number up, then you divide by the number of grades. For example, if as I teach SS1, SS2, SS3, assuming I have 50 students in each class, 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, that's 50 times 3, which is 150 divided by 3. So the number of grades I teach, which will still be 50. So that's how you do it. Then the next one is in your current school year, across all semesters and courses taught, how many students do you teach in total now? So here, what you have to do,
that platform has been in the system. Another one. Maybe you create another WhatsApp and you call it applicant.
For me though, in a year I teach.
I've done that. I've done that.
So the total number of students in a year is one.
I'm thinking about the time.
But I teach junior secondary.
So it's better we do that so that we share it.
Then if the exhibition involved, yes. Then now this is where it gets interesting. In 200.
Please, Chisom, you can unmute yourself. People are just talking. You can unmute yourself now.
Hello? Hello, can
yes.
you hear me?
Oh yeah, go on.
Hi.
I hear you. Go on.
Okay. Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay, so now in in 200 words or fewer, tell us briefly about your school, the community itself, who are the students, what do they do when they graduate or come. So this is just, they just want to get an idea about the school environment. Are the students from low socio-economic areas, like are they poor, if I must use that word? Are they rich students? Then what kind of work do their parents do? Like, are they artisans, like people that like do hand jobs and stuff? Then how are they selected to attend the school? For example, you see that I am after 6th grade, they write common entrance exam, and they are posted in schools that are in close proximity to their residential areas, secondary schools close to their residential areas. That's what they're expecting to hear. Then you share any other important information. So now this is where you give them an insight of what your school is like, how, though the students are from low socioeconomic area, they are resilient and hardworking. They have to trek miles to come to school. They are dedicated. Even after school, they still have to hawk things. For those that teach in rural areas, and if you teach in urban areas, you can emphasize on how they use laptops and how they are very effective in class. And just wow them, so that they will have an insight. Like once they read these 200 words, it's as if they're in your classroom, they're in your school. You understand what goes on there. And be mindful of the word count. It doesn't have to pass. It shouldn't pass 200 words. Mr. Kayode. Then
I think it's better. It's better you create a WhatsApp group. That would be the best thing.
After that, you are asked what is the average number of students you have to teach. You have in each class you teach. This is quite simple. Same. Okay, sorry, I've done this. Okay. The next one is has a teacher in your school participated in the Fulbright program? Any of the Fulbright program, you have some listed here. So you can say yes. For teachers in my school, they will say yes. And once you say yes, you'll be asked the name of the teacher, the program she attended, the year, and when it ended. You just have to be honest because they have record of all this. And you can contact the past alumni in your school so that he or she can give you the details. Then, are you currently or have you previously been a teacher with English Access Micro Scholarship Program? So now this is a program that is for students between the age of, I think, 12 to 20 years, where U.S. Department of State trains them in English for a period of, I think, 2 years every weekend. So most of us don't participate in this. So haven't participated in this, so you say no. But if you have, you just say yes. Then have you applied for? Okay, are there current US programs you intend to apply for? You just say yes or no. US government sponsored programs. So here is not talking about courses that are free online. It's talking about sponsored, US paying for it. So you say yes or no. Apart from this Fulbright, if there is any other program you're applying for. And the next question says, do you intend to apply for any other professional development program in any other country, not US now? Let's say Europe or UK. Say yes or no, assuming you are applying for some. You can just say no, so that they know that it's only Fulbright that you are really invested in. I don't know. Then, have you previously submitted an application for the Fulbright, but you were not selected? You say yes or no, because they know, they have record of all this. Then they say that preference will be given to people that have not participated in Fulbright. See, for example, if I reapply again for this Fulbright and someone that has not gotten it apply, they will most probably take the person that hasn't traveled for the Fulbright, and they won't select me since I've participated before. So that's what that statement is just saying. Then, so that's it. Moving on to education details. Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, we can.
So the education details, here you are asked to put in the institution, the schools you attended in the past. So now this you have to start from secondary school, or you can maybe put primary school still. So you put the primary school, then years of study. How long did you study for the primary school? The secondary school, the school you put in the school, how long? 6 years, you put it down. University, if you have a master's degree, you go put the university again for master's degree. Then field of study. Now, for your secondary education, just write West African examination, West African secondary school certificate examination. That's WASCI. You can just write WAEC. That's the field of study. Then for your masters and bachelor, if you don't have masters, it's okay. Bachelor's degree is okay, because we still meet a question that okay, don't let me just keep going. You put in the field of study, bachelor education, biology education, chemistry education, anything at all. Then degree certificates in the secondary school, just write high school certificate. Then the bachelor, you just write maybe MSc, BSc. Then the year it was awarded. You have to be accurate. Check your certificate and write exactly the year on the certificate. Then, is this your highest degree? That's the last session there. So you go to your bachelor's degree and say yes, if that is your highest degree. If it's a master's, if it's a PhD, you put yes there also. So it's only one session that will have yes, your highest degree. Then, I think that's it for. Am I missing something again? Then here is what I was trying to say that I caught myself up. It's asking what degree/qualification is required to be a teacher in your home country. In Nigeria, the certificate that is required to be a teacher in Nigeria is normally a bachelor degree. And that includes, okay, a bachelor's degree in education. If you have PGDE, it still qualifies you to be a teacher. So you just put whatever one you have. So even if you have a master's degree, just write bachelor's degree, because that's what qualifies you to be a teacher. Please confirm that you have obtained the obligatory qualification. That you have a bachelor's degree, you say yes, that you have it. That means you are qualified to be a teacher.
Please, where are you? Hello, ma. Please, where are you still under the background consideration?
No, I'm now in foreign language proficiency.
Okay. Thank you. Go.
You put in the language. You can speak English. You put in English. The reading, you write. The scale is from 5 to 1. 5 being the highest. So you grade yourself maybe 5. And then writing, you grade yourself comprehension. So you can include Spanish if you can speak that, French and the rest. Then name of school. You include your school name. The school you doesn't. Okay, this is your employment section. The place where you currently teach. You put in the name of the school. Then the position you are teaching, or the title. You write biology teacher or basic science teacher or social studies teacher, as the case may be. The number of hours you teach per week. So you go to your school timetable, you check how many hours you teach in every week. For example, maybe you teach SS3 3 times in a week. You teach SS2 2 times. You teach SS1 2 times. So you calculate the number of hours in each week. That's from Monday to Friday, including preparation time. That means even though you don't have lessons, you may sit in the classroom and you are drafting your lesson notes. You should include the hour, the time into it. The grade level taught and age range of students, you put that one in, just as we saw before. Then, if this is your current place of work, you tick yes. Then the start date. This normally just requires the month and year. The end date, if you are currently teaching here, you don't need to put the end date. Then the primary discipline taught science, social science, mathematics, as the case may be. Okay. I've discussed name of school. So then you have previous school. Okay, sorry. Additional duties. This is really important. It shows them that you are capable of other things aside teaching. You can include the other works you do in school, conducting the school assembly, taking students for excursions, just any other activities you do in school. You have a club that you run, anything at all, put it in there. Then previous school information. This is your previous work experience, the schools you taught before. The same as you filled in the current school, you fill in the previous. It should reach like 4 options depending on this year's one. I think that is it. Am I missing anything? So just try as much as possible to be accurate and honest in this, because they really take their time to cross-check all what you filled in. Thank you, Mr. Kayode and Ms. Adola. I think I'm done with
All
this
right,
session.
thank you, Chisholm. Well done. Yes, GCK, well done. All right, so one point that you said that really struck me is that you should be honest, and I think Khadija too said that you don't have to overdo whatever you are writing, because they're going to interview you, and the way they will interview you, you won't even know. You already know the answer from what you have written, but they're not going to ask you that straight question that might probably give you a clue that, oh, this is what they're asking me. So they'll just go in another way and ask you, and they go in another way again to ask you the same question just to check that, oh, you are consistent. So it's very. But when I was doing my own interview, where I was an informal place. I was actually in the market the day for interview. I was not prepared. I was not with any say, oh, what did I write? But I made up my mind. I said I was going to be honest. And everything they were asking me, despite the fact that I could not even remember all that I wrote in the application, but because I've written the right thing, I was able to say, oh yes, I've done this, I did that, and the rest. So it's very important that whatever you write is you should be honest. Don't overdo, like Khadija said. Thank you very much, Chisom, for your time. Dr. Basim Fong, I don't know if you're online.
Sorry, let me just quickly mention, please.
Please, Madam President.
Sorry, Diola, let me quickly mention. Please check in the message, the in-message, right? Is that what they call it? You will see a new link so that you can quickly join. Everybody, check that link, copy it so that when this time expires, we can quickly switch to the next call without missing a beat. I just wanted to state that so that we don't forget.
All right, thank you, Madam President. So let's take like 60 seconds to do that, to copy out the link, and probably you can paste it in your WhatsApp chat so at least you have it. So
please,
just
could you
send the link? We can't find the link. It's not in the chat box, please. Resend the link to join. Okay. Okay, Dr. Adewale, please. Okay, he just dropped it again. Please, let's check. Okay, I can see some people's hands raised. Are you telling me that you've gotten the link or you have a question? Same. Okay, thank you. So we don't Oh, it seems everybody is even leaving already. Okay. We're not supposed to leave. We're still supposed to continue. Then at a point we'll say, okay, let's leave. But since everybody seems to be leaving now, it's fine. Madam President, should we close this?
Hello, Madam President and the program coordinator. We can't leave this place. If you leave here now and go to the other one, there is no way I can maneuver on the old link and this. So let's this time out, then they join the new one.
Okay, so that was what I was expecting. But
yes, sorry, Jola. That's what I expected too. I just wanted them to copy the link so that we don't miss it.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. It's remaining a few minutes. It's about 7 minutes. We can enter in that 7 minutes. Just let's finish here and then we'll go ahead.
Okay, beautiful. All right. All right. So Dr. Adewale, please. You can start. Dr. Adewale, are you there? So we have two doctors coming up next now, Dr. Adewale and Dr. Mbon Abasi.
Is Dr. Adewale still in the call?
Yes, I'm on the call.
Okay, so please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm taking the next. Is that what you are saying, or?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
That's the
teaching schedule.
Okay. I'm so sorry. You know, I will be navigating from here. I'm also the one at the. So I have to be. Just give me a few minutes to check again. Because I'm using another system. Just a minute. Hello.
Okay, so Dr. Adewale.
Okay, all right.
You know what? Sorry, Dr. Adewale, you know what? Before you start, can you send the link? Send it to my WhatsApp, because I discovered that each time I try to copy, is actually clicking on the link, is activating the link instead of me being able to copy. And I think I've read some people's comments too. They are the same complaint. Please kindly share it on my WhatsApp group so that I can put it on.
Okay, all right. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. And I think now I'm on the teaching schedule. So
okay, thank you.
Yes, please, if you can see my screen now, please. Adela, please, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. So here, do you have a full-time teaching schedule? Of course, from what earlier speaker said, you should know that you must be a full-time, not a part-time teacher before you can apply. So how many hours or an average does a full-time teaching teachers work, both your teaching and preparation time per week in your school community? Of course, this is very simple. It's just like what the earlier speaker just talked about, being sincere. Sincerity matters most, because by the time they want to interview you, at that moment, you may not be with the form, they will be with the form, because whatever question they will be asking will actually be from your form. So you have to go back to and check the numbers of the hours. Of course, what play out in Nigerian classroom is 40 minutes per hour. So that means, let's take for instance now, if I'm a math teacher, I'm taking 40 minutes per hour. 40 minutes times 4.
Per period.
Sorry, 40 minutes per period. So if I'm taking that 40 minutes per period, meaning if I'm taking 2 periods, that's double period. So that is going to be 80 minutes, which is 1 hour, 20 minutes. So ditto to those people that are taking 4 periods. If you are taking 4 periods per week, or you are taking 12 periods per week, that means what you are just going to do is that 12 periods per week, that is 12 multiplied by 60. Then you divide it. Sorry, 12 multiplied by 40, then you divide that by 60. So whatever that gives you, that is the numbers of the hours. Then the numbers of the minutes, you have to put it there. So that is what they are looking for in that place. How many hours on average does a full-time teacher work teaching per week in your community? So they were referring to you, not others. Then how many hours per week do you work as a full-time teacher? So the same thing is also applicable to this place. So when you move down, you see that once you have done this, it will definitely appear under what you have filled here. So then you come down here, add a new schedule record. So you have to put in your school, the name of your school, the numbers of the days, because you actually tell them the records, the numbers of hours. Don't forget that before you get to this place, you already tell them the numbers of the hours and you are using to teach per week. So if what you put up contradicts what is here, you are on your own, because at this moment you are the one on the page. They have never checked anything here, so you need to be sincere, and that's where sincerity comes in. So tell them.
Hello, sir. Don't forget. Hello, sir. Don't forget that we are also asked to calculate the number of hours we spend on preparing that lesson notes, in addition to the periods we are teaching. So how do we get the number of hours when you are a public school teacher and you are taking JS1 to JS3, and the arms are about 5 arms, and a student in a class 80? So how do you calculate that, sir?
Of course,
I'm sorry, doctor. Before you talk, let's switch to the next
link.
Let's use the next link. Yes.
Okay,
then
because
we'll
we're almost
start
done
there.
here. Okay, so I hope by now all of us might have.
We all have the link. I hope
all
we have the link, please.
Okay, so we are going to end here now and move on to the other side. I'm on the call. Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Oh, oh.
Dr. Adewale, hello, Dr. Adewale. This is Azan. Thank you for muting yourself.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Can we continue now?
Yes, please.
All right. So just like we talk about the schedule, right from here, probably let me repeat this for those that are just joining us. At this particular place, they want to know if you look at it, candidates must have a full-time teaching schedule to apply. Though maybe teaching part-time at a multiple institution to teach equivalent of the full-time load. So that means you are expected to be a full-time teacher in a particular school before you can apply. So at this moment, they were asking you how many hours on average does a full-time teacher work, both the teachings and the preparation time per week in your community. So like I said, this one is talking about on average. So on average, you should know on average. For us in Nigeria, the highest person that could be saying they were working, probably those people that are taking mathematics and English. Those are the people that go to class almost every day. They take 5 times in a class. We have some that are just 3 times. So, but your 3 times could be 3 period per day. If it is 3 period per day, of course, you know it is 40 minutes per period. So that will be 40 multiplied by 3, which is 120. 120 divided by 6 will give us 2. So that is just 2 hours. Then don't forget that they were talking about that. So you are going to calculate that. So if it is 2 hours, that is 2 hours multiplied by 3. If you are taking that 3 times, so that means you are taking 6 hours per week. The cases may be different from one school to another. You may be teaching the same subject in a particular school, and your numbers of period may not be the same with another colleague taking the same subject in another school. So whatever be your case, do your calculation on that way. That is 40 minutes per period. Then you multiply it by the numbers of period and divide it by 60 to get the numbers of hours you are taking your class per week. So then from there, you move on to how many hours per week do you work? Of course, don't forget that somebody is asking a question the other time while we are on the other call, that plus preparation time and plus additional responsibility. Of course, if you look at this application, I said I am a sports master, or probably for those people's in a situation whereby you happen to be a computer teacher. Of course, you know the numbers of the period we are going to use to go to class. You have to calculate the other responsibility you are doing in the school. If you are doing other extracurricular activity for the school, you have to calculate that one. If you are a sport teacher, calculate the numbers of extra hours you are using to do your sport, plus the numbers of hours you are using to do your teaching. Then plus the additional responsibility, maybe like the period you are using to prepare your lesson notes. We are going to do the calculation like that and put it. So once you are done with that, you move down and then put this, use this drop down to put the name of your school. You come here, the name of your school, then select the day. So you have to be doing it one by one. If your own period, you only work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you have to select Monday for the first day. Then you go back, tell us the times of the day. The times of the day you normally use to teach it. Then the subject, select the subject, select the grade. Of course, don't forget that when you are in SS1, this is very simple to calculate for us. It shouldn't be something difficult. If it is for senior school, you are starting from, for secondary school, it's starting from level 7. Level 7 is GS1, GS2, GS3, SS1, SS2, SS3. So no doubt about that. Then don't forget the average age. You know the average age of your student in your class. You select that. Some of us do normally put that one on our lesson note. And don't forget, as you are moving from one page to another, be saving your record so that if anything happens, probably there is an interruption on your internet, you won't have the time to start all over again. Then you do that per week, because as soon as you are saving and continue, it will be bringing the Tuesday. Of course, look at here now. If I select for Monday, by the time you do save and continue, you have to select for you can't just tell me you only work for Monday out of 5 days you normally work in a week. So if your own is Monday, Wednesday, or Monday to Friday, you have to fill from Monday to Friday all what you are doing. Here, I'm expected a good teacher to fill from Monday to Friday, because you can't tell me you are in a school now without doing anything. Either you are taking extracurricular activity or you are doing other things to prepare your lesson. You should be using other days to do that. So there shouldn't be any day you will tell me you are not working. So you move down there and do save and continue. So once you are done with that, let's move on to, I'm leaving this page now. Times teaching. I think, Ms. Adeola, is that all? Am I taking additional education? So sorry, because I can't go back to my WhatsApp again.
Yes, doctor. You still have the
Additional,
except if any alumni wants to. Is there any alumni that wants to?
Yes, please. Let me add a little bit. Dr. Kayode, thank you so much for that very enlightening session. Okay, so just to make this comment, because I had a peculiar case when I applied. Now, when I applied and we were asked, how many hours do you teach? I teach English language, so I did the calculation and came up with 9 hours. After I was selected, or I think before the interview, I got 2 different mails from the public affairs session asking me to clarify on my teaching hours. Now, the ideal thing, if I'm not mistaken, is that by the end of the day, you should be able to put at least 35 hours of teaching. That's what you're expected in a week. Now, it's not expected that you're teaching the 35 hours, but you go to school, you prepare lesson notes, you take, maybe you take attendance, there are other things that you do. It is expected that in a week as a worker, you should spend at least 35 hours. Now, when you're asked for your exact teaching hours, you can put the exact teaching hours that you're putting, which is what you have probably put up
and maybe there's a spot for you to put it. But the total time that you teach should be 35 hours, just to buttress what Dr. Kayode has said, because I'm taking an interest in this because I had problems, or I had issues with that. So just to be clear, I think somebody asked that question earlier. At least you should have 35 hours of teaching. That's what is. Diola, am I correct?
Yes, when you say 35 hours, 35 hours divided by 5, that's 7 hours.
7
So
hours.
let's
Yes.
look at it. Let's look at it like one day. In one day, when I get to school, for us as teachers, teaching does not start 8 o'clock. Because when you get to school, you do assembly. In fact, before assembly, there's still cleaning. You do cleaning, you do the assembly. By 8, you start classes. Now, let's assume that you did 2 periods. By 9:20, you are done with your first 2 periods. Now, let's say you're free for 3rd period. That's 9:20 to 10 o'clock. Despite the fact that you are free between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, that does not mean that you are gisting or you went back home to go and sleep. Probably you might say, oh, let me grade my students. No. Let's say, okay, next period, maybe 9:20 to 10:40 is free for you. You are doing something, or probably you have practical by the next, maybe after break, you're going to have practical, you are preparing your lab. So for me, our total teaching hour is when you resume to when you close. So that is that should be our, and when we look at it, it's about 7 hours. So 7 times 5, that's 35. So in total it should be 35, not less than 35. That's my point, my own view. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Adewale. Please, you may proceed. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
All right, thank you very much. And just like I've said earlier, there is no day of the week you will tell me you did not have what you are doing in school as a teacher. And that's why I advise you make sure you select from Monday to Friday. In fact, probably sometimes you can even select Saturday, because that Saturday too, you will be preparing for the new week. So, but whatever you want to put there, just be sincere with anything you want to put on the form. In case if you are called and they ask you any question, you should know what to do here. Now, they were now asking for additional education or professional experience activity. If you read it very well, they were like, please list activities you have pursued to maintain or improve your professional training as an educator, such as conferences, professional training, publication, certificate program. Please indicate if you have led a professional development program. List the professional organization you are a member of, or describe relevant work you have done in your community outside of the school. When you look at what we have here, it's loaded, and you just have to be very careful. Like I said, I think it was at the 3rd time I got selected for the Fulbright. So probably there might have been some of those things that I've been doing. Of course, don't rule out reaching out to other alumni. I was so privileged to have other alumni like Adiola around while I was doing my 3rd attempt. People like them guide me, and also I also make reference to other alumni as well. So what I did is this. I just copy this place. I'm sure we can all see my screen. Just copy this like this. So by the time you copy here, you paste it, you now be picking it one by one. Conferences, professional training, publication, certificate program. So if you want to write this place now, the first thing is that you look at it that, have I attended any conferences as a teacher? If you have ever attended any conferences, you put it there. As for me, I belong to 3 associations. I belong to Science Teacher Association, I belong to Mathematics Association, I belong to other associations. So, and all those associations, you are attending conferences. You have to put those conferences there to show that you are doing that. Then professional training. Different professional trainings are on now that you are attending. As you are attending them, you have to put. For those of us in Port Harcourt, Fulbright Teaching Excellence Alumni, they organize a program for you. It's part of professional training. You have to put here. Then publication. As a teacher, probably you might have published in a reputable articles or journals or whatever, things like that. You have to list them there. Then certificate program too, also you put it there. So that was the method I used during my own. I put that one. Then please indicate if you have led a professional development training. So you copy this as well. Professional training, this is a program organized. Probably this is another thing. I've organized a program in my state. I've been able to organize this in my community, in my school. I've organized training for teacher, for students. You put it there. Then list professional organization. You are a member. You look at this place. They are very, very intelligent. If you tell me you have attended Science Teacher Association conference, and in this place they were asking you list professional organization you are a member, and you are unable to mention that you belong to Science Teacher Association or you belong to ECTAN, English Teacher Association, and you said you attended their conferences, that's where they were holding you, because they were checking this. And probably we don't know how they review it. They might have given this to computer to review. And of course, you know, computer, it does a very perfect job. So you have to list all the professional organization you are a member. Then describe relevant work you have done in your community. I know many teachers on this platform that have done a lot of projects, a personal project. You have to, this is where your work will show what you are doing as a teacher. So describe relevant work you have done in your community. Maybe you have done a community project. You have taken your student out for surface learning and other things. You have to put it here. And don't forget that whatever you want to write here must not exceed 250 word count. So that is that about that. Then you come here in 500 words or less. Please name 5 to 10 of your most significant publications. You can see that. Likewise, in this place too, it is very easy. Significant publication. Copy here now and bring it down. 500 word is very big word, so you can explore very well. This is the method I use during my own time. So you come here, publication. You put all the publication. Don't forget that in the previous question, they already asked about that. And here, they were trying to ask you that your most significant publication. There was a program organized by Diola in Lagos then. I think he organized it, or he won a global teacher grant. And I have to put it here because I know it is relevant to Fulbright. It was the first one I used. So in the orders of priority, use something that you know that it is relevant to the application. So the publication, the honors you have got. Maybe you have won best teacher at one point, or you have been recognized in your state or in your school, or you have been given a commendation letter. Put it there. If you have been commended for being an outstanding teacher or this and that, put it there. Or you have won one award or the other. So as for me, like I said, I just put the number. Okay, I've done this, number 2, number 3, number 4. Under honor, I only have 1 and what? And 2. Under award, of course, award and honor, they are almost the same thing. So maybe number 1, number 2, number 3, I put it there. Then other professional accomplishment in the past 10 years. Other professional, when we are talking about other professional accomplishment, it's not limited to awards and honors alone. Other professional accomplishment could be joining other people. For teachers in Ogun State now, we have some people we call ambassadors on DIPA. We have some that we call ambassador on Ogulen. So all those ones, they are other professional accomplishment that you can use to support your application. So from there now, once you are done, like I said, you save and continue. So, Ms. Adiola, I hope that's the 2 that I have, or did I have any other one? So that is under additional.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, you have done well. Thank you, sir. We have some people in the waiting room. I know because of your presentation, I didn't want to disturb you. Thank you very much for that. You can also help us attend to them so that they can come in. Okay. Thank you. God bless. So we want to move on to the statement of purpose, which is very key. In fact, your statement of purpose will determine whether they will select you or not. So it's very, very germane. So I want us to listen very well as I invite Dr. Mbwa Abasia Curry. Pardon me if I mispronounce your name. I know about this God, yes. So I don't want to shorten it.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Dr. Mbom Abasi. God's mercy, actually. God's mercy. Yeah. The Fulbright T alum 2025. Was at Florida Gulf Coast University. I think spring cohort. Okay. We'll be talking about the SOP. Statements of purpose. Uh, for me, this is important segment of the Fulbright application process, if not the most important. If not the most important segment. Why do I say so?
Yes, you are
Because
correct.
it is here that you sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you sell yourself. I hope everybody's listening.
Yes, yes, you are right.
Why I'm so particular about the SOP is that last year I think I came back March. So after I came back April, I had the US Embassy invited me. I was on the panel that interviewed the next cohort that went this year. I think they must have gone at a group of 4 last year or thereabout. And I can say for sure, this is the application process, but it will come back if you are picked. It will come back during the interview. It will come back. This is one of the questions. In fact, this is one of the key areas that we use as a criteria to say. I think we selected 10 as a criteria to select 10 prospective fellows that we're about to do. So it is important that you pay attention. I'm going to say a few things here about the statement of purpose. Now, the statement of purpose is not just an essay that you are to write. It's not just an essay. Your SOP is your professional blueprint. Your SOP should also sorry, I was driving. I'm by the roadside. Your SOP should also carry your leadership story, and then it's like your vision statement. So it is very, very important. It is assumed at this point that the selection committee, they have your CV already, and all that. But your statement of purpose should show them who you are behind what is already written on the CV. Who you are behind what is already written on the CV. For Fulbright, they are not just looking for ordinary classroom teachers. What they are looking after for teachers that have done something extraordinary outside classroom. They want to see if you are a teacher that has a potential to lead. They want to see what you have done. And also, it's important, they want to understand why you desire the Fulbright Fellowship. Is very, very important. And by the time you must have read everything, you must have known everything, the cardinal objective of Fulbright Fellowship and all that, And then your SOP must also carry how the program will impact your school. How do you think the program will impact the school? How do you think this program will impact your students, even your fellow teachers, and the community at large? That is, you're now trying to tell them what you will give back when you are back from the program, how you will contribute, to the community, to the school, and to the students. And then finally, it must also carry your own personal contribution to the program when you travel. What are you bringing to the table? What will be your contribution in the 8 weeks that you'll be there in the fellowship? So you have to understand, when you're writing your statement of purpose, please don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. I think someone has already said something in that line. Then be very, very honest. Be authentic. Don't write what is not there. Don't write what you've not done. Don't write what is not measurable. They want to see how you have demonstrated leadership in your school. So maybe apart from being a classroom teacher, maybe you have done something novel in the school. Maybe you're leading a club or whatever. You've mentored other teachers, other students. That should come handy in your SOP. They want to see you show innovation in teaching. Have you brought innovation maybe in your teaching skills or in your teaching method? That should also come into your SOP. They want to see how your teaching have impacted the student beyond the classroom, even to the community. They want to see it also captured in your SOP. And also, they want to know, I think I've said this before, when you return home, how will you apply what you have learned? So your statement of purpose must speak directly to these qualities. It must be direct. Leadership, what leadership role have you please what leadership role have you occupied in the school or maybe in the community or whatever? Any innovation, any novelty in your teaching career, whatever. What are the impacts that you've had on the students? What are the impacts that you've had on the students and even on other teachers, in your school? Is very, very important. So you have to structure your statement of purpose very well. And for me, it should have 5 major parts. For me, your statement of purpose should have 5 major parts. Number 1 is the introduction. You have to be very sharp. I came to discover that Fulbright is not necessarily an English proficiency program. They will tell you that. Though you still, if you're selected, you still take TOEFL and all those things. When I traveled last year, I discovered there are some fellows that came from other countries like Ecuador. We had some from Chile. We had some from Turkmenistan. They couldn't speak English well, right? They had to do some immersion program for them. What I'm saying this is just write your statement of purpose with simple English. Please don't use ChatGPT. They will know. Don't use ChatGPT. Just write your authentic, write it straightforward. So, introduction, who are you as a teacher? Who are you is very important. Who are you? Be strong on that. Briefly introduce yourself, your subject area, what you're teaching, your year of experience, your philosophy, your teaching philosophy, and then what drives you as an educator. Very, very important. That would take maybe 2 or 3 lines or the first paragraph. What drives you, your subject area, your year of experience, your philosophy, as an educator, and then what drives you. Let write it in a way that the committee will feel your passion. I can tell you, when we were interviewing fellows last year, this is what they used. I'm telling you, this is all that question where at the end of they will just ask, why Fulbright? Why are you different from every other teacher? Why should we pick you? Right? That was the deciding factor of selection. Number 2, the second part that you should consider in your SOP is your professional experience and leadership. So this section should answer a question that moves around how you're different from other teachers. That you can state what you've done, not just a classroom teacher. Why are you different from other classroom teachers? And then how you have demonstrated leadership, in your teaching career. Don't just say, I'm a leader, for example. I'm a leader. No. Just show through evidence. Maybe you have mentored, so mention figures, right? Work with numbers. Or you have done seminars. You've mentored students. You've led a department in your school. You've organized competition. You've organized or you've inaugurated club, and these have helped in student improvement. These are what will catch their passion. If you have figures through in there, and then use specific examples if there are examples of things that you have done personally. Don't write what you've not done. No, they will ask you, they will know. Write what you have done or what you have partnered with to do. And then the third segment in your SOP is the desire for the application for Fulbright. Very important. They want to know why you choose Fulbright. Why now? How it aligns with your goal, your own personal professional goals. And then maybe at the end you can conclude by talking about what you expect the fellowship, your expectation on the impact of the fellowship when you return home, on your school, fellow teachers, on the communities, how you will implement what you've learned, your new strategies. Maybe you organize training for teachers to impart what you've learned. Maybe you start a new program, maybe a new influence. Maybe you can influence what do you call it, education policy, or create a teacher workshop. Whatever you can end with that. So those sections should be very key, and this will attract the attention of the selection committee. So be specific, avoid general statements, be specific. If there are stories of things you've done, you can just tell those stories. Share real-time experience, of things that you've done. Be authentic, don't exaggerate. I've said it before. Don't fabricate achievement. Whatever you've not done, please don't write it there. Make sure that whatever you've written is actually what you've done. Let your passion, let them just see that what you've done, and then the passion that you have for the program. Let your statement of purpose show leadership, show innovation, show what you've done. I think that is it. It's just improvement of the.
Hello.
Hello, are we together?
How are you, chicken girl? Come on. How was your journey?
Hello.
Mute.
How was your journey? She's not coming today.
Miss Grace, please mute. Thank you.
Hey, sorry. Okay. How are you?
All right.
How are you?
Dr. Kayode, please mute everyone except the speaker, please.
Yes, I'm trying to do that.
Okay. So, your statement of purpose, as I said earlier, I think my thought was sort of, it should show competence, it should show leadership, it should show impact, it should show your growth mindset, it should show your vision. I should leave at the end of the day. Write it in a way that it should leave the committee thinking that you will not only benefit from Fulbright tea, but that you will multiply the benefits when you come back. That should be at the back of your mind. When they read it, they should say, this candidate is not just coming to the US to benefit from the experience, culture and everything. He will, or she will multiply whatever he or she has benefited. I think that's all for the SOB. Just sell yourself the best way you are. Tell them why. If it is not you, no one else, how important you are, and everything, I think with that, you're good to go. The second segment has to do with the institutional support and reference form, right? The next one, Dr. Kayode, please, is it there? Institutional support.
Yes, just give me a minute. Institutional support.
Okay. There's a segment there, institutional support and reference. I think you have to download the form. I think there is a place that you have to download it. You will fill it at the first. There is a name, there is a place. But by the time you print a copy of the form, there's a place you write your name and your country. You just write your name and the country, Nigeria. Yes. And then you will see the institutional support and reference form. The institutional support and reference form is to be completed by your supervisor. Like my own, it was my principal that I gave it to, or maybe your head of department. But I strongly advise the principal of the school should fill this to be completed by the applicant. The first segment is to be completed by the applicant. You have the name of applicant, you write your name, then the name of supervisor, you write your name of your principal. For me, in my own case, was the name of my principal. A job title of supervisor, I think I wrote principal general. I think that was his level, principal general. The name of the school, your city, the city where the school is, or the village or the community. Then telephone of the supervisor, not your own telephone. telephone. Please, while writing the telephone, remember to put the country code +234 in case they'll have to contact. And then the second page is the one that your supervisor will actually fill. The second page is the one that your supervisor, okay, that is it. That I think that's the first page where you have to fill your name, the country, and then your details and that of your supervisor. Then the second is you still have to, there's a place for you to fill your name and the country, Nigeria. And then the first segment is to be completed by your supervisor. Please check the top 3 qualities that your teacher demonstrates. I think this is not, this is to the discretion of your principal or whoever is your supervisor. It says tolerance, we have respect, openness, care for students, promotion of ideas to improve school, passion for teaching, teamwork, leadership, flexibility, and a whole lot of those boxes. And they are asked, they want your supervisor just to take 3, so you see how your SOP is linked to this area now, so if you had written what was not feasible, what was not true, and then your supervisor here is taking something else, doesn't match with what you've written in your SOP, there may be problem. That's the first section. Then the second section is the recommendation. It's a recommendation where your supervisor will have to write a recommendation on your behalf. I think this is handwritten. Just write maybe 2 paragraphs. There is a provision for where he or she will write on you, just recommending you for the program, and all that. And there is a place for signature and then dates. Your supervisor will sign and then write the date and stamp. It's important you use the school town stamp. It will make it official. I'm saying this because I think I submitted one like that. They had to call me back after selection, or they called me, before selection, they called me back and said, no, they can't accept without the school official stamp. So the school must stamp the institutional support and reference form. All right. The next is the leave approval form. This is just for them to know that where you're working have given you approval to apply for the program, and they agree that you should be away for the number of weeks that you'll be away, and when you come back they will still absorb you into the service. So this also is to be signed by your supervisor, right? I think it's just 1 page, the leave approval form. There's a place you write your name and then your country, and then there's you just read is to be completed by your school director. So basically this one, it was my principals also that completed it. And then you write name, your name will be granted leave. There are 2 provisions there, with pay or without pay. Leave, is it leave with pay or leave without pay? For me, I choose without pay. I ticked the box for without pay, that the leave is without pay. I don't know what will happen if you choose with pay. I don't know. I'm just saying what personally I did. And then name of the school director, signature, date, and school stamp. Very important. So after filling this up, you will scan it and then you will upload. I think by the time you scan it and upload, it shouldn't be more than 4 megabytes or thereabout, So after filling this thing, you scan it, and then there is a place for you upload it back at the portal. That is it. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Just to quickly say something. So you can tick leave with pay, because that's what I ticked, leave with pay, and they will still pay you. They just want to know your condition. Okay. Particularly if you're like a couple of people have already said, if you're dealing with the US government, just try as much as possible to be as honest as you can be. Now, I wanted to reiterate just one point that Dr. Mbwa Abasi talked about. He talked about leadership and how that is very crucial. Now, I wanted to reiterate that point because what makes you stand out, what makes you a Fulbright candidate is your ability to lead. And why do I say this? Now, all of these questions they are asking you, they want to know that when they train you, the training will not stop with you. The training will trickle down. And for the training to be able to trickle down, you have to be a leader. Not that you, when we say a leader, it doesn't mean that you are the vice chairman in your school or you are the head of department. No, it means that you are someone who takes initiative. That's who a leader is. A leader is someone who sees a problem and provides solution to that problem. So even if it is a small problem that you have seen in your classroom that you have been able to solve, this is where you show it. Now, I want to tell us how to write that part. When you are writing your leadership, when you are talking about your leadership, I'll advise that you use a particular style of writing that we call the STAR. Now, what does STAR stand for? STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. So present a scenario. You have about 500 words there. Present a scenario of what the problem was, right? What was your own task in that situation? State what your task was. Then what did you do? What action did you take? And then how was that resolved? I'll give you a simple example. For instance, when one of the things that I wrote was that when I went to my school, when I started teaching, I discovered that a lot of people don't know how to teach English language. They don't know how to teach oral English. They only concentrated on the other aspects of oral English. So that was the situation. So what was my own task? My own task was generally to teach, but I went further. What did I do? I went to my HOD and suggested to my HOD that I think that we should make this component teaching. I feel that if we make it component teaching, teachers who are very good with teaching the components of essay, comprehension, and all of that will take that aspect. And then the teachers who are very good with oral English will take that aspect to ensure that we maximize or we leverage on everybody's strengths and potential. So that was the action that I took. And what was the result? The result was that students were able to learn better. And as a result, their English they improved their English, and their WAEC result at the end of that year was 80%, as opposed to below 50% that it was. So you can see that when somebody reads that leadership, the person can clearly see what the situation was. They can see what your role was, the action that you took, and the result that action brought about. That is very clear. So I wanted to say that again because we say that in Fulbright, we look for exceptional teachers. And people will say, what do you mean by exceptional teachers? Exceptional teachers are teachers who see a problem. It doesn't have to be a big problem, a small problem. You see a problem and you are able to provide proper solutions that tackle those problems. That is what makes you exceptional. It shows that you want to solve issues. You're part of the people who resolve issues. So I just wanted to add that to what Dr. Mbo Abasi said.
All right. Thank you, dear President. Thank you. So right now, before we go to question and answer, I really want to acknowledge all our other alumni that are not speaking, but they are online. I want to acknowledge Busayo Adeyemo. Thank you for joining this evening. Fashakin, Olusegun, I saw Fashakin earlier on. Thank you for joining. I hope I'm not missing out anyone. I think those are the two that I've seen. Let me just be sure. Apart from our speaker. Yes. So, question and answer. Akintade, I think I saw Akintade's hands up. So you can probably drop your question in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I want to appreciate the organizers and the opportunity given to us to feature in this program. We say kudos to everyone, and the Lord will bless you all. So I want to confirm based on the experience you've gathered, when you are writing the what the speaker spoke on concerning the institution, the supervisor, that we can use our principal. In a situation whereby the school you have been working with for years, you have just been transferred out of the school. So the principal you are working with now is just a new person that may not know your capacity. What is your advice? Can we make use of the former principal you have been working with over the years or the recent one we are working with? That's my question. Thank you.
Doctor, please, anybody can answer the question.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Ms. Adiola. That's very simple. Of course, don't forget that whatever you are doing in school, if you are the outstanding teacher, just like other speaker have rightly said, there should have been something we call commendation letter, or there might have been one or two things that the school have given you. If you have any of that, just walk down to the new principal, because there is no way you go and meet the transferred administrator. If you go and meet the transferred administrator, they may not have the opportunity to put on the stamp of their current school, which is not your own school, and that can implicate you. So it's better you go down to the new administrator and tell them that you want to fill this form and you want them to write something about you, including what you have been doing in the past, and show them evidence, probably a kind of commendation you have got from the other principal or other school administrator, to support whatever they want to write for you. In fact, in some cases, we have some schools, school administrator, if they really know you, they might have tell the new administrator that, oh, this teacher in my school is this or is that or is this and that. Or that person can even put call through to the former principal and ask them, this person wants me to sign this. Can you tell me about this person? And they will write something good about you. And that is why it's good to have a good relationship with the administrator. Thank you.
Appreciate it, sir.
Okay, sir. Let's move on. I'm trying to, and please look at Raji. Please, you can unmute.
All right. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the organizers of this program. I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much. My question is this. Like in my own case, now I've started the application already, but I've not completed it. Now, as it stands now, my leave approval form, I work with Ogun State Teaching Service Commission. My leave approval form, my principal will not sign it for me because she is not my direct employer. Does that mean I need to take it to maybe our zonal secretary or to Ogun State Teaching Service Commission office at Abeokuta for this to be signed? Because that area where we think whether I'll have the leave without pay or with pay, it is only Teaching Service Commission that can approve that for me. So I really don't know what to do around here.
Dr. Adewale, please.
That's my question.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Adeola. And I'm even glad that that teacher is in Ogun State. And I'm glad to tell you that I got selected for Fulbright in 2023. And I did not take any form to TESCOM at all. It is your principal that will sign the form for you. Two people who are supposed to sign, the principal and probably the head of the department. So there is no point taking it to Okemoson to go and sign the form. Probably, maybe when you got selected, you may want to take what is called, write the commission that you want to travel. That's at the point where you need to be communicating the zonal secretary, the permanent secretary to the zonal secretary, and then the permanent secretary. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. You can lower your hands. Doris Musa, please, your question.
Good evening.
Doris Musa, yes. Good evening.
Yes, my name is Doris. I'm calling from Jos. I teach in Federal Government College, Jos.
Okay.
We've had two successful candidates in my school, Alaku, and then currently one dinner to come.
Dinapam, yeah.
So my question is the challenge I'm facing in filling a section of the form. This teaching schedule, I was on before the first session expired. I
Okay.
didn't get them till now. You were addressing that issue. I raised my hand, but I wasn't there. So perhaps
Okay.
the issue had been addressed, but I didn't get to hear the
Okay.
address. So please don't feel offended. I'm taking it back.
No problem. Thank God you already have to alum and to be alum in your school. So that makes it very much pretty easier. So maybe on Monday you can talk to Alaku to really put you through. But the conclusion of the whole matter is that your total teaching schedule should not be less than 35 hours. So I'm sure Alaku can put you through. However, if you still need further help, maybe he's busy or some other thing, you can reach out to any other alum that you know.
I've spoken to him before this webinar. He's the one that sent me the link. And
Oh, okay.
he teaches online. He does other extra
I
lessons.
understand. Yeah, I understand. I know how busy everybody can be.
No, I'm just trying to say he was able to meet up with the 35 hours. In my school, at most, is teacher has like 6 periods in a week. And each period is just 40 minutes. So when I multiply that, all I get is 7 hours, 20 minutes. But in
Okay.
filling the schedule, they put subjects.
Sorry, Khadija. Let Adiola quickly explain because we have just about 10 minutes to round up. Adiola, just
Sorry.
quickly.
Like I explained earlier, your teaching is not only when you are actively in the classroom that you, for example, if you get to school by 8 o'clock, let's say 8 o'clock, you have first and second period. When you are done teaching first and second period, let's even say that's the only thing that you have for that day. Do you go back home?
Not at all. In fact,
So it's either you're preparing again for the next lesson, maybe tomorrow, or you are marking students' notes, or you are doing something else. So you have to fill in the gap. So when do you go home?
most times it's even after school hours till evening because there's something to
So
do.
let's assume that you go home 2 o'clock. So that means you're in school 8 to 2. That's 6 hours.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
6 hours. Is that 6 hours or 7 hours? 7 hours. Then what do? You just need to sit down. Okay, between 8
Make
and
research,
10,
you prepare lesson
I
plan,
teach.
mark notes.
Between this time and this time, I grade students' notes. Between this, it's because we are here in Nigeria. You can take script home. Abroad, you can't do that. There's time for everything. You schedule your time. Oh, by this time I'll mark SS1A. By this time I'll mark SS2B. But like that. So that's how you have to fill it. Oh, if you have
So
anything less than 35,
because they ask for
you have
length.
to.
Okay,
Maybe
I'll just the way of
maybe
filling it.
after now, I'll drop my number. You can reach out again for further explanation, so we can take other
It's okay.
questions. Thank you. Temitayo Shofela, please, your question.
Good evening, sirs and Mars. Thank you so
Good
much for
evening.
having us. It's really been such an insightful moment. My question is with regards to the subject disciplines. And when the second speaker was speaking, she mentioned that aside teachers that teach those specific subjects like English language, mathematics, and the sciences, that every other subject area should come under social studies. And I teach visual arts, and my field of study is usually classified under the creative arts section. So, am I still to take the area of social studies?
Dr. Basimbo, Umfam Basi, sorry. Are you still there? Or President, do you want to answer the question?
Okay, let me quickly answer. So, the Fulbright T, they have specific subject areas that they how will I put, they promote. So we have the sciences, we have English language, and then I think there's civic and history, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. So those 2 or 3 more would fall under social sciences. I think she mentioned social sciences, not social studies. So I think, because even if you fill the form and it doesn't really align with these subject areas, then it's possible that you might be chosen, but these are the subject areas that they look at. They don't have arts in the list, if except maybe the 2026 list is upgraded, but to the best of my knowledge, arts, creative arts is not a part of the list for now. So
Okay. Thank you very
All
much.
right, many
Mr. Chipala, I hope you are good with that.
Yes, thank you, Emma.
All right. I'm sorry, I can't see any other person that is raising his or her hand. I don't know, it's went off now.
Okay, Ms. Angela.
There's a Doris hand I'm seeing, except I'm
No, we have
mistaken.
answered Doris' question.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Doctor, please go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to call their attention that in case if they have any, okay, I can see you drop your contact on the platform, but if they have any question, they can go to our Facebook page. That's Fulbright Teaching Excellence Association. Just go there and drop your message. Then we'll pick whatever you want to see, or any of the alumni can pick it up and respond to your questions there. Thank you.
Okay, why not share the link? I'm also working on copying it. Dr. Adewale, you can just help us.
Yes, I'll drop the
Help
link.
us with the link.
I'll drop the link.
Okay, thank you. Please, any other question?
Yes,
We have like 5 more minutes.
Somebody
Okay,
just asked when the deadline is.
Oh, it's 31st of March. 31st, the last day in March.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Please, when is the deadline? Okay, we've answered that. I just want to be sure, does the Fulbright admit only taking some particular subjects? If yes, work. Okay, I think that has also been answered. It will be helpful if we can have a recording after the webinar. Dr. Kayode, I don't know if you're able to record this, but...
Yes, I've tried to do that on my own. I will share the link as well.
Okay. So even if you don't get it on WhatsApp, just go to our Facebook page. It will be posted there, and you can always go back and play. I saw this as part of requirement. What do you say, please? The candidate must earn a minimum score of 80 as the internet. Okay, TOEFL test. So it's when you're selected that you have to go and write TOEFL. They are the one that will pay for the fee. So you don't need to bother yourself about that. So the Facebook link has been shared. You can follow us on this page so that you can get more information, and subsequent aside this information session sharing, information tip sharing, aside this session of webinars like this, we also do other webinars that can expose you to other international opportunities. There are 1,001 opportunities that we can benefit, international opportunities that we can benefit from as teachers, and that we can access them locally. So you don't even need to and they are free of charge. So we try to enlighten other teachers about those other opportunities so that you can be part of it. When is the deadline? That has been answered. Please send the Facebook link. Yes. It has been answered. Is there a WhatsApp group? No. So, but somehow you got to know maybe from a particular teachers group and the rest. So you can always get information from there. Any other question? All right. Thank you. Banigo, do you have a passing word before we?
I wish
We have
everyone
the
applying good luck. I wish all of you good luck. We look forward to welcoming you to our association this time next year.
Yes,
Yes,
amen by
amen
God's
by
grace.
God's grace.
We have
We
4 of
have
our
4.
alumni. Unfortunately, I was thinking I was going to reach out to them that they should join. It was going to be like midday for them, and since it's Saturday, I know they will be available to join so that they'll say hello to you from the US. But unfortunately, I was so busy. I got carried away with activities and I forgot. But some of us, we are friends. We have them as friends. Like I think Doris mentioned Pam. Pam is in the US. What's his name? Mr. Kehinde Rahim and Dr. Banke. They are both in Boston, Massachusetts, and we have one more too. I think so we have four of them. There, yes. Some Geraldine or something. Yes. So it's okay. It's so good to have every one of you. Okay, WhatsApp or Telegram group. We'll work on that and we'll definitely reach out to you. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Dr. Adiwale, any passing word before we go?
All right, nothing much. We really want to appreciate all of you that joined us this evening, and we want you to know that if you got selected for this program, you can reach out to us. All of us gain the experiences that we need to be able to teach our students better